Good evening. We begin in Seligman, about 75 miles west of Flagstaff. Tonight, hundreds of people are without power. They've been dark up there for close to 24 hours now after a semi crashed overnight on I-40. Thanks for joining us. For 12 News at 10, I'm Mark Curtis.
And I'm Kadiba Devine. APS reports that about 800 customers are still in the dark. 12 News journalist Tiani Jettling is joining us live in studio with how the people who live and work there are responding. Tiani?
Karibe, Mark, the town was also having issues with water, which have since been resolved. But residents tell us every single store in Seligman is closed and has been closed since that crash. That includes 4 gas stations, and with plenty of people passing through, business owners say they're out of luck until the power turns back on.
There's no place to go to the bathroom. There's no place to get fuel. There's dozens of people just sitting in parking lots waiting to go get fuel at some point so they can continue on.
That's what business owner Bill Pope had to say about the power outage Seligman is experiencing. Seligman Fire Chief Gary Bennett says around 2 a.m. a semi-truck crashed into a telephone pole, ripped down cables, then shortly after another semi-truck collided with the first vehicle. Residents have been without power since. They were first told the power would be back on at noon today, but APS has continued to push that time back.
There are a lot of retired folks out here. Consequently, they need to have services, right? They need to be able to travel. It's been kind of a nightmare out here.
According to an email APS sent to 12 News, it was determined that the impact of the crash caused extreme damage to equipment, knocking out power to approximately 800 customers, and crews are now left rebuilding a portion of the electric grid. The I-40 was also shut down for hours, but has since reopened. But with no power and several tourists in town, Chief Bennett says they're teaming up with the Red Cross.
You're gonna have cots, food, drinking water, toilets, place to charge your cell phones. We have generators at the firehouse because there's still no electricity in town. So if you're stranded, come to the firehouse. We've got enough space for everybody.
That will be held at the Seligman Fire Station. For business owners like Pope, he's receiving help from Shamrock Foods to bring in refrigerated trucks to help preserve perishable items. At home, he's also got a backup generator. But his biggest concern right now, the tourists.
They're stopping here for fuel and food, and they're just kind of SOL right now. It's hard for them.
Residents tell us the Department of Public Safety has helped navigate traffic in Seligman for the past several hours. But now it's just a waiting game for when their power could turn back on.
I'm sure APS is doing everything they can. There's a boatload of guys out there, so I'm sure they're doing what they can.
The fire chief tells me the last he heard, power could be back on as soon as tomorrow at 5 in the evening, but could be pushed back until Saturday. Live in studio, I'm Tiani Jettling, 12 News.
Sounds like a real mess, Tiani. Thanks. Developing tonight, a Republican member of Congress from Florida has filed an ethics complaint against Arizona Democratic Senator Ruben Gallego. The complaint centers around outside allegations that are, quote, sexual in nature. Representative Anna Paulina Luna tells CBS News that she has forwarded those allegations to the Senate Majority Leader. Luna did not provide specifics.
They have confirmed receipt of it. They're following up on it. I think that there's an ethics investigation that's being opened in on it. And again, going back to if you see something, say something. Apparently this has been happening for a while. I'm not trying to say anyone's guilty, but I don't know about you guys. I don't have those types of rumors going around about myself.
A Gallego spokesperson tells 12 News these are right-wing conspiracy theories being parroted by a fringe far-right member of Congress. Senator Gallego has not received notification or been contacted by the Ethics Committee. Gallego has come under scrutiny because of his close friendship with former Congressman Eric Swalwell, who's now under investigation for alleged sexual misconduct.
Tonight, we now know the name of a man who for months was at a Valley hospital with staff and police unable to identify him. It led to them releasing these photos here, hoping that family would come forward, and it worked.
12 News journalist Chase Golightly spoke with one of his relatives. Chase is live at Banner Health Medical Center in Phoenix, where the patient is still recovering. Chase?
Mark Rebe, the man I spoke with, says he is a distant cousin to the patient, telling me this entire time he's been searching for him. And it wasn't until Banner Health released those photos that he was finally able to find him.
Since January, 20-year-old Fernando Hernandez Martinez has been recovering at the hospital alone with no loved ones watching over him. Now, that's changed.
I go like every day over there to see him.
His distant cousin, Abundio Vilches, tells us he would have been there sooner, but he and the rest of Martinez's family, who lives in Mexico, didn't know where he was, searching for him all this time.
He don't have family here.
Oh, okay.
I'm the only one that is close to him, and I know him. So that's why his mom asked me to looking for him.
Vilches says Martinez has lived here for 2 years, but on January 12th, Martinez was walking near 27th Avenue and Buckeye Road when he was hit by a car and taken to Banner Hospital with serious injuries. His condition improved, but Banner officials said Martinez's brain injury prevented him from being able to communicate with anyone. Staff and police exhausted all methods to identify him, leading them to share these photos of Martinez and his tattoos, hoping someone would know him. The day after they were released,
Then when we see the news, it was like his tattoos, and we know him about the tattoos. And I went to the hospital.
finally finding him after all this time, bringing a sense of relief and devastation to Martinez's mom.
For one side, she's happy, but the other one's sad because he's been in hospital for a while and by himself.
Vilches says Martinez is getting better and having family with him has improved his spirit,
He kind of get happy that we're there.
but says he isn't able to walk, feed himself, or communicate, something they don't know if he will ever recover from.
It's like the doctor said, it's gonna be a little by little. So we're trying to be there for him and everything, whatever the doctor says. But yeah, it's gonna be day by day.
They set up a fundraiser to help pay for physical therapy and eventually get Martinez back to Mexico to be with his mom, knowing there's a long road to recovery, but at least they can do it together.
Vilches tells me that the consulate here has offered to help cover some of those travel expenses to get Martinez back to Mexico. However, they do want to keep him here for his physical therapy, believing that will help speed up his recovery. We're live in Phoenix. Chase Golightly, 12 News.
Yeah, let's hope so, Chase. All right, thank you so much. An event featuring conservative leader Erica Kirk will no longer be held at Pinnacle High School. Instead, she will speak to a student club next Friday at Turning Point's headquarters following concerns from parents and students. Kirk's husband, Charlie, was gunned down in September during a college event in Utah. Erica Kirk canceled an event this week in Georgia because of security concerns. The Paradise Valley School District said the change protects the learning environment while honoring all legal requirements.
The Maricopa County Health Department has confirmed its 6th measles case of the year. Anyone who attended a youth basketball game at Highland Junior High in Mesa may have been exposed. The game was played last Saturday, April 11th, between 2 and 5 in the afternoon. The Department of Public Health says to watch out for any symptoms through May 2nd. In response to recent violence, changes are coming to First Friday. Over the last 3 months, there have been fights and even a shooting near the First Friday event along Roosevelt Row in downtown Phoenix.
Organizers say that starting next month, there will be no street closures for the arts market or vendors. Both groups say that First Friday wasn't serving artists or businesses. They say that they will spend the next few months refocusing the event. New at 10, Acting ICE Director Todd Lyons is leaving the Department of Homeland Security at the end of May. That is according to a statement from Homeland Security Secretary Mark Wayne Mullen. Mullen did not say why Lyons is leaving the department. Lyons was appointed by President Donald Trump last March. He was the acting director of ICE during the department's mass immigration crackdowns. It's not clear who is now in charge of the agency.
New tonight, President Trump has reportedly pulled $11 million in funding from a Catholic charity that helps migrant children. It comes just days after the president clashed with the Pope Leo. Forbes reports that the Miami-based charity had been working for the government for more than 60 years. The Trump administration told the Miami Herald the partnership was terminated because there are now fewer unaccompanied children. And the president will be in Phoenix tomorrow for an event hosted by Turning Point USA. The president will travel here from Las Vegas, where he spoke today at a roundtable about taxes. Tomorrow's Build the Red Wall event aims to energize conservative voters.
And 12 News will have complete coverage of Trump's visit to the Valley tomorrow, streaming on 12+. Starting at noon, you can watch the start of Turning Point's event. That will be followed by 12 News at 1. President Trump is then expected to speak at 2, and then finally we'll have an exclusive one-on-one interview with Arizona Governor Katie Hobbs streaming at 7.